Shalom, this is GMS Solid Sit Downs coming back with a lesson. First off and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, the bonds to the elder apostle of Great Millstone, peace and salutations to the elect out there, spreading this word of sincerity and in truth all over the four corners of the earth. God, this is gonna be a GMS news report. Donald Trump spoke up about the vaccinations and how they are going to be pushed, but it might have gone over some people their heads, man. So what happened was I was researching some things, and then I stumbled upon this video that you see right here. This is from Global News. Coronavirus, Trump looking at using military to distribute COVID-19 vaccine. So I clicked on it, and then I'm not gonna play it right now, of course, because you know how this video is going to be put down in an instant, man, for copyrights or whatever. So I'm not gonna do that. And this is a walk and talk, by the way. So so that's why you see the streets and stuff like that, you know. What the question being asked in the video is to Donald Trump is, so when you have these vaccinations ready, how are you going to distribute it to the people? And he says we got the military lined up. He says we have the military lined up to vaccinate the people. Now, why would it be the military? Because some people are not gonna want to take this vaccination, man, and he already knows that. He already knows that. That's why he implements the military to force it upon the people, man. If they want to go into the city, or if they want to move out of the city, or do anything, take this vaccination. But the thing is, with Esau society, it's always fucked up, man. Esau always makes certain types of claims without even knowing it. For example, right? You got these, you know, I'm working in electricity. So you got these poles, these light poles here, and they got LED lights. So when they brought out these LED lights, they said it has like a 20-year guarantee of not breaking down and not needing any maintenance. 20 years. But how the hell you know this shit is not gonna break down in 2 or 3 years if it hasn't been around for 20 years yet? So Esau makes false claims and false statements. Now the same thing goes for these vaccinations that they're bringing out. They don't know what the hell is gonna do to the society or to the people, man. You know, unless they purposely wanna poison the people, which that's what they have been doing throughout all the years, man. Poisoning the people and doing all kinds of witchcraft, man. Because if you look up the word pharmacy, it goes into witchcraft, poison. Okay, so the point of what I'm bringing out in this video is that Donald Trump, Yara Tazah, don't forget, man. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it as I'm speaking, man. I'm gonna post it, and I'm gonna call it Trump wants to use military to vaccinate the people. See, bear with me for a moment. Recent video, GMS News. Okay, so I'm gonna make this post so I don't forget, because I often forget. I often tell brothers like, hey, I'm gonna put it in the description box, but then I forget, man, because you know it's uploading and it's gonna take a couple of minutes, and then Don't forget to put the link in the description box. But anyway, so he said he's gonna use the military to vaccinate the people. Now, why is he not just using regular people, doctors, to vaccinate the people? Because he knows it's gonna be a battle, man. He knows it's gonna be a battle. They already did their research amongst the people, knowing that the people of nowadays, they are not down with vaccinations no more, man. That's why the scripture says knowledge shall increase. We are living in a time that knowledge has been increased, man. And people are not being fooled by the government like that no more. That's why it's, for Esau, it's high time to implement this RFID chip, man. Because the people are not obedient no more. It's getting worse and worse. Back in the days, the reason that these Edomites was believing in Christianity is because they was living in small towns. While they was living in small towns, they had to listen to their pastor. The pastor was telling them to do certain things, and news was not being spread abroad like that, like how it is now. If you make a statement towards me and I don't believe it, or I'm questioning it, I just grab my phone, which is a computer in my pocket, and I grab it and I look up the thing that you're saying, man. And I will know if it's true or false. You see? I will know if it is true or false in an instant. But back in those days, it wasn't like that. That's why these Edomites was being bound by this religion called Christianity, man. But now they don't believe it. They didn't believe back then, but they was just being restrained. That's what the word religion also goes into. It comes from the Latin word religio, which means to restrain, hold, and bind. Dumb down, it even goes into. Okay? So what I want to point out is this. Now, the reason he puts out the military is this, man. Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 16. Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall return everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land. Yeah. So, for fear of the oppressing sword. What is that oppressing sword? Martial law. Martial law. And they are looking to implement martial law. They are looking to implement the military in the streets. Actually, a state is not allowed to push military power in its own land. If you want to use military strength or military forces in your own country, you need to implement martial law. So that's what it's all leading to, man. Because according to the scriptures, there's going to be an uproar among the people, like it says over here. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So that's what we're doing as prophets. We are measuring the time. We are observing and checking out what's going on. Okay? That's why we have to watch the news reports. You have to watch the news channels. See what's going on. See what Esau is doing, man. Don't let it slip and slide between, in Holland, you say between nose and feathers. But don't let it slip your mind, man. Or slip your attention. Focus and see what's going on. That's what you are obligated to do as a watchman, if you are pushing the word for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and spread it. So that's what we're doing. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest we begin to visit the world which he made. Yeah, and that's what we see, man. That's what we see right now, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is doing marvelous works and great works in his kingdom in the way of destruction. In the way of destruction. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to pour out his destruction upon this nation, upon this kingdom. Okay? Therefore, when there shall be... You know why? Because even up till now, people don't realize, because it's being normalized, right? oh, this COVID-19, wearing face masks, 1.5 meter distance or 2 meters distance, depends on the country where you're living in. It's been normalized. People are being simplified and like, oh, it's all normal. But guess what? There hasn't been a time like this ever before, man. This hasn't happened yet. This hasn't happened yet, man. COVID-19, lockdowns, world lockdowns. You see, so we are living in spectacular times, man. Times that have not been before. So we as people need to consider that, and we as people, not just people, we as watchmen have to consider that, hey, the Heavenly Father is doing his thing right now, man. And not just be like, oh, let me get used to the fact that I have to wear a face mask if I go into the store. Let me just get used to the fact that, you know, I might not be able to go across the border, go from Holland into Belgium. I might not be able to do that. I might not be able to return if I go into a different type of country. You know, it's all being normalized, and it's all being, you know, it's all becoming normal in the eyes of the people. But we are living in serious times, man. Especially with this news report out there that Donald Trump says the military is gonna vaccinate the people. Why is he using the military? Because he knows people is gonna fight against it. Because that's how they work. They work with a certain strategy, which is called problem, reaction, solution. They put out a problem, they see how the people react to it, and they come with a solution. Which the solution is now to use the military to vaccinate the people. Okay? So it says, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. You see, those are the prophecies that are coming to pass. The Most High spoke about these things. But what did it say in verse 3? Therefore, when there shall be earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Yeah, they're gonna be uproars, man. There are going to be uproars, man. You already have people protesting against the rules and regulations surrounding this COVID-19. You already have people battling that. But what if they are forcing these mandatory vaccinations upon you, man, and upon your children? You know how many children? You know how many children are not being vaccinated? You know how many parents don't allow their children to get vaccinated, man? Which you shouldn't, because that is fucking poison, man. You shouldn't vaccinate your children. You shouldn't vaccinate your children, man. And my mother used to laugh at me, right? Because when I was young, I would make a whole scene out of it, man. You know, if she brought me to the doctor to get my vaccinations, I would make a whole scene. I would fight everyone in there trying to vaccinate me. My mother's still telling this story up till this day that, oh, he's so scared of needles and this and this and that. He was fighting the people and he had to be separated and bound to a chair. My mother think it's funny, but it's not funny. Because my spirit was already saying, when I was small, when I was 8 or 9 years old, that this shit is not good. That was already the spirit, man. But guess what? I was under the jurisdiction of my mother, so eventually I got 2 shots in my arm at the same time. Cha! So, but my spirit was already telling me it was not good. And my mother was like, oh, he's scared of needles. He's afraid of needles. But then when I needed to get my blood taken with a needle, I was just sitting calm and relaxed in the chair, man. I wasn't tripping out. And my mom's was right there. When I was also small. My mom's was looking like, huh? And then I told her, you see, it's not the needle. It's not the needle. It's the thing that they are injecting in your body, man. That's what it is. The vaccinations, you know, because it's not good. Okay, so it says and so we know that is gonna cause uproars among the people. Therefore, it says, verse 3. Therefore, when thou shalt be when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shall the well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay? So prophecies is coming to pass. And it's gonna lead towards sedition, man. It's gonna lead towards sedition. 2 Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power. You see? Which the word sedition means an uproar against the government. And it shows you that in the same verse. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. So there's gonna come a point that the people are not gonna give a fuck about what the government wants, man. Curfew? Fuck your curfew. That's how people are, their mind states is going to be, man. The hell with your curfew, man. The hell with your vaccinations, man. Oh, you want to chip me? You want to chip me and my children? The hell with that, man. They're not going to accept that. They're not going to accept that, man. That's what's gonna cause this sedition, uproar against the government. That's why Donald Trump knows he has to use the military to vaccinate the people. Because if something goes sideways, he has the force right there, man. He can use the force right there, and he can say like, "Oh, it's not action in the own land," because it just seemed to happen that the military was right there. So you know, they just jumped into action because they was on the spot. No, you put them on the spot. You put them on the spot. See, so he's being this slick devil like he always is, and that's how all these people are. You know, they are skillful. They are subtle, which subtle means crafty. Craftiness, skillful, and wickedness. That's what these devils are, man. They are skillful in wickedness. Now, I want to pull this last scripture. Which says, just popped in my mind. Let me see. Desire to go into a city. Yeah, 2 Ezra 15 and 17. Oh, it's the same chapter. Man, I messed up. Let me see. Let me just read on. Because it says here, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because of their pride. The city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. Why, man? They're gonna invade your houses, man. The World Health Organization or Administration, the World Health Administration. Anyway, the World Health Organization, I think it was, or administration, fuck it. They already stated that if you are not being cautious with this COVID-19 and you have children, they're gonna take your children out of your houses, man. I already heard of a person in Belgium. It's a female. She says she has to stay in her room, man. She has been tested positive on COVID-19, which I already said, like, you're going to be tested positive anyway. You are going to be tested positive anyway. The test is gonna roll out positive anyway. You know, whether you have it or not. Which this whole thing is a scam anyway. Esau uses it to push his agenda. Okay? The so-called pandemic. So, yeah, eventually she got tested positive. And she has to stay in her room. and the only reason she can go out of her room is just to use the bathroom, which her parents and siblings and all of those people are also in the house, so they can still catch it, right? If she goes into the bathroom. But that's the only reason she can leave. But you know, the World Health Organization or administration already said that they will take people out of their houses, man. People out of their homes and separating them. So that is what's approaching, man. So people are gonna desire to enter into a city, but they're not going to be able, man, because you know Donald Trump is pulling up with the military, talking about the military is going to give you those vaccinations, and there are gonna be checkpoints, man. There are going to be checkpoints, and those checkpoints are gonna be at the borders of the city. Okay. At the borders of the city. You want to leave the city, take the vaccination. Oh, you don't want to take the vaccination, you're gonna get put in a camp, man. This person does not want to take the vaccination, and guess what? This all leads towards the RFID chip that they want to push upon the people, which is commonly known. And if you are here in 2020, you know, approaching 2021, and still don't know that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, man, something's wrong with you, man. Something is awfully wrong with you. Christians, damn Christians even know that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. Christians, man. Mormons, some Mormons even believe that, which are a bunch of morons. So come on, man. So yeah, man, this was the GMS News report. You know, like I said, the thing is on my community page on YouTube, the post. But y'all remember to put the link in the description box. I hope, you know. Otherwise, you can find it over there. Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna say call y'all, Shalom to the elect out there. That's pushing His word of sincerity and the truth.